real right now.
Mr. DL.
222. Who's off? I could just lose your mind.
Yes, it is episode 80 of the Danger Zone podcast. And did you know we're here with Suge?
and we came to let you know. Yeah, listen, from the bottom to the top to the bottom. Next is Tanya Nicole.
Oh.
Let's get Mr. DL on the left shoulder over here.
So yeah, we had the most legendary battle in hip-hop history ended today. Yesterday. Melly Mel completely dismantled Eminem's whole career in rap. He's like, I don't even know why Eminem's even going to rap anymore, to be honest with you.
Welcome to the Danger Zone podcast, episode 80.
But in all seriousness, that was terrible. He should have got a ghostwriter. What do you think, Big Suge?
I mean, first of all, right, you know, if you're working on your craft and stuff, it's different, man, or someone writes for you, whatever. Because I take it like, you know, Melly Mel and a few of the forefathers of the day, you know, they still rhyme the same as they did then, the same cadence style, which has since been passed. Obviously, we know that.
Yeah.
But they're legends in their own right. But at the same time, like I think I was mentioning to you earlier off the air, like someone like a LL.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and he doesn't sound like somebody from, you know, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, whatever it is. Because it's just evolving and just being in it like that. You know, I feel like, first of all, if anybody ever thought that Melly Mel was going to be able to come and diss Eminem as far as rapping and all that was calamitous at best. You know, in that thought process, it was just really a terrible idea. But I kind of look at it as more as just wanting to get light. I mean, it all stemmed from him basically saying that Eminem wasn't a top 5 rapper or so. Yeah. He's only getting that type of look because he's white. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so
there is truth to Eminem's popularity rising because he was white. There is truth to that. But there is also the truth that he's a super dope fucking rapper. Like,
yeah, so I don't disagree with any of those things because yes, just like when you might hear black people say things like, yo, you know, it's good to see someone coaching or someone doing something that looks like me or relatable. Yeah. So therefore, when he came, of course, there were fans that, you know, related to that. You know what I'm saying? Him being white first and then whatever the music was. But, like, I think he's mad good as well. So would I ever, like, make that type of statement? Nah. You know what I mean? No matter what he is or what he does, but not as an MC and the criteria as a rapper, whatever, the dude is nice. You know what I mean? So,
you know, there's a bunch of white rappers. Like, no one's going, Yellow Wolf is the greatest, like, rapper of all time. No, they say it about, not a diss to Yellow Wolf, I'm just saying, they don't say that. They say it about this guy.
I mean, the reason being as well is because you can't say that because he is.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying in their logic, they're saying because Eminem's white, he's considered the best. Well, why isn't Yellow Wolf considered the best? He's white. You know what I'm saying? So it's, I feel,
them motherfuckers is like, yo, everybody came after something that's great. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like God himself, the master creator. Everybody else can't be God, but they might want to be. So it's like, you know what I mean? Shit, there's one power, man, you know. But
the snippet came out and there was like 4 bars and they were just bad now don't get me wrong, if you read them on paper, they're not that terrible. Like, you feel what I'm saying?
No.
Like, they're not that bad. But when the delivery and the beat and it's like, bro, like, I don't know who this is for besides just your generation. And they don't care about Eminem. Like they don't. And like he's in there dissing Eminem for being a drug user and this and that, and I'm like, I don't think Eminem even does drugs anymore. I think he's like 20 years sober or something like that.
Yeah, I believe he's on some sober shit too, for quite some time. But it's like, yo, I used to swing them things, man, and get money and do craziness, right? It's like someone trying to say that or any addictions I had, like that really matters today to anybody. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so that's kind of corny. You got to have some, along with the delivery and rapping and somebody, you got to have some relevance too.
Bro,
you're trying to go out.
I feel it like this. You used to play football and be really good at football. You were right. the man at football. It would be like you jumping on the field with Trumaine and being like, "Let's go, guys! Right. Here we go. I used to be good, so I'm gonna be good today." And it's like, man, but maybe not.
Right. I mean, definitely the tape was definitely Chips Ahoy. I mean, the shit was definitely bad. So, like I said, it was that moment you got in the sun again, so to speak, because that everybody's eyes were there. They were like, "No,
he's still trending." It's been 2 days. He's still #1 trending on Twitter. Still, I checked before the show.
So that's all it will. It'll pass. And Eminem, man, if he's who he is and what have you, like he won't respond with no other music.
Yeah,
because he did respond.
Melly Mel beat himself. Like he put the song out, and Eminem didn't need to put another song out because it was so bad. But there's another thing where it's like, oh, you shouldn't be able to. Eminem shouldn't be dissing him because he's a pioneer, or people online shouldn't be dissing him because he's a pioneer. And I'm like, I know you don't agree with this statement, but that line of thinking and that train of thought, you can't say anything about a pioneer. You can't say nothing. It's exactly why Africa Bambaataa was or was not molesting children for 35 years. Because no one could say anything about it because he was a pioneer of hip hop.
Well, I don't, to me, like on that take, to me, that's a totally different take. Because if something, like, first of all, look at R. Kelly in that regard.
Yeah.
So because they had all this information, they had all this stuff to get him, like he's sitting in jail. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if you know anything about legal shit and all that stuff, African Bambaataa is not sitting in jail. You understand what I'm saying? And it's not because he's a legend or whatever. You know what I'm saying? There's got to be something that's not to it and something that is to it. So that's another story for another day.
I don't know what the statute of limitations are on that, and I was shocked that they did get R. Kelly on that because
Hey, did you just say the statute of limitations?
Yeah, I don't know what it is on sex crimes. I don't know what it is.
So listen to this. Good. That's good you said that. So I guess Bill Cosby should have answered that for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's a good one too, but that's a good one.
He sat in jail. And his shit was like, shoot, how many years ago? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't know how long it continued for.
Huh?
I'm not sure how far back. He might have been doing it 3 years ago. We don't know. Well, I mean,
I know, but all I'm saying is, like, we don't know. That's the part. they things be judged in the court of law. So look at this. Even O.J. Simpson, you got people split in the streets for years. Or he did it, he didn't do it. You know what I mean? He did it, he didn't do it. Excuse me a second. Just hold on.
Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the Danger Zone podcast.
Like, yeah. I'm trying to keep phone back.
So yeah, you're talking about OJ.
Yeah,
what?
Hold on. As see that, like I said, that's another subject, whatever. But I think like R. Kelly, I think that motherfucker's legendary. I think that dude is great, powerful.
Yeah, you can be legendary, and you can be legendary in something and be not legendary in another part of your life. Like I'm trying to think of one off the top. Michael Jackson, even if the molestation accusations aside, he was kind of weird, and it don't matter because you liked his music. His music was awesome. So yeah, he might be weird. He might hang his baby out a window every once in a while.
Oh boy! Welcome to the Danger Zone.
But then again, you look at Bill Cosby. Everybody loved him. You know what I mean? They all loved him. And I don't really think they really proved that he did a bunch of egregious shit. You know what I mean? It was just that, like...
they absolutely did.
They did.
Big Shug. Bill Cosby, 100%, went to court in the 90s and testified, and his agreement was, I'm going to tell you what I did. And my in return, I am not being able to be charged for any of this. And they did that, and they sealed it. 20-something years later, someone else gets in charge of that. They find these records, and they say, hell no. We ain't no. We ain't letting this go, which I think is illegal, personally. Well, but it doesn't mean he didn't do it.
That's kind of like that thing. Well, I'm going to say this. First of all, whatever he did, Bill Cosby, and putting stuff in people's drink and doing whatever, and whatever tryst they had and with every craziness, that's madness. But at the same time, like you said, it was put out there, and everything's supposed to be okay. Let's go. Yeah. But they say like he's almost 90, so let's just throw him in jail. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I mean, it is what it is. But as we stay here today, as we go back,
to go forward.
You know, Melly Mel, listen, boy, that's some shit, man, that you should have never did. But I don't think anybody was looking for that to be any kind of battle or challenge. It was good comedy for a minute. That's all.
Yeah. In his defense, he did. In his defense, not to defend him, he did come back very quickly, which was the culture does appreciate a speedy response when you've been dissed. So, you know.
Well, and plus, that also has to do with social media.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because social media is like that. I'm going to jump off that for one moment to be like something I had spoken on earlier. It's like the boxing. I was speaking about boxing, and I was speaking about, so there's a bunch of boxers that, you know, are like, oh, I beat your ass. I fuck him up. He won't do this shit. Fuck that dude. That. You know what I mean? Like, so we talking about Charlo, Gervonta Davis, Crawford. Shout out to him, was, you know, his victory. Errol Spence before him, before that fight. So many of these guys talk about what they do to each other. Now, the bottom line is what we got here. We got featherweights, super lightweights, super featherweights, welterweights, all these guys. It adds up to them being maybe the most is 154 pounds. And all the way down to 126 or something like that. So we got a bunch of little dudes talking about they're gonna fuck each other up, right? Whereas there always was some shit talking in boxing, but not a whole bunch.
Yeah.
If you go back even to Muhammad Ali, one of the greatest, he would talk shit and be the one talking. And but to back it up, a lot of times guys that he was fighting or guys who had other fights didn't talk like that. You know what I mean? They just, in the end of the day, the best man was gonna win. Now we got all these little guys. And you're not hearing heavyweights talk that shit either. So that's just these little dudes, which I believe to this day, Mike Tyson being 50 plus years old, he once said that Floyd Mayweather walk his kids to school because he's a afraid little man. This is what Mike Tyson said. Now, these are all little dudes talking this shit. Each one of them, while they're talking this shit, Adrian Brown as well, they got these super huge bouncers, bodyguards around. All of these dudes, right? So they talking all this shit. No one's gonna do nothing outside the ring. It's just, it is what it is. Back in the day, you gotta get a slap or something, and then to break it up. Now, the reason why I even bring this up is because social media is the one that has them doing all this shit. Like, those people are listening. But like I said, I'll take 4 of those fighters and put them in a ring right now with old ass Mike Tyson. And I guarantee you he will beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
100%. Money's on Mike.
He might need to do it inside the first 3 rounds, but I bet you he could do it.
Nah, them little motherfuckers, first of all, he can still fight. We seen him against Roy Jones. So all those dudes collectively are not going to even weigh. They might weigh like 300 pounds, maybe. And once they catch a couple of those Mike shots.
That late, huh? Yeah. Okay. I must have missed that part. Yeah.
Lightweight.
And when Mike punched one to the other, you know what I'm saying? So all I'm just saying is social media, like I said, they got to put a mic in their face and people got a lot of shit to say. So if people listen, they're going to say it. The bottom line is, man, fight is a fight.
Yeah.
The best will win on that night. Yeah, everybody doesn't win. Some win, some lose. Some are under. It's like drug dealers too in the street. If they can sell bad years without being caught, they great. Once they get caught, they sadder than a motherfucker, and they still try to fight so they won't get caught up. So I mean, it is what it is. But go ahead, man.
So yeah.
Also, let me.
Yeah.
While we talking for a minute.
You mean while you talking? Oh.
Yo, I just want to throw this in there, right? Want to give condolences to the brother, the Cha-Cha Slide.
Yep.
Creator. He just passed. Shoot, you got his name over there?
No, I don't got his name, but we'll throw a picture of him.
Yeah.
Up there. Bang bang.
I do. I'll pull on a minute. He loves No Cha-Cha Slide, a very famous dance record, and people still do it at all the social events with all the rest of the line dancing.
We don't got to pull over. We got the internet. Big Shug, shout out and rest in peace to DJ Casper.
Yeah, DJ Casper. I'm sorry, I should have knew that.
Yeah.
And he had a battle, I believe, with cancer, and he had been battling for a little while, but he continued fighting. He was a big guy that went from about 2-something down to about 60 pounds or something.
Damn.
Got really rough, but shout out to him, because that dance, as we all know, will last forever. It will be here forever. So, condolence to his family and himself, and rest in peace, and the legacy continues. Go ahead, man.
So you were talking about the power of the internet, and this YouTube influencer, Kai Cenat. I never heard of him. Your son probably heard of him. He's probably more around that age range. But I heard of him now because he went online and he said, I'm giving away 1,000 PlayStation 5s in Union Square right now. And thousands of people mobbed to fucking Union Square in Manhattan. It was wild, dude. It was like a parade. There was so many people. Remember the riots, like the aerial views of the
Rodney King riot?
No, not the Rodney King one. Yeah, no, that wasn't that many because LA's so big. Like the George Floyd. Remember the aerial views, the helicopter views of Boston when they're throwing fireworks up at the shit? That's how many people were out in this place, and they were all there for a free PlayStation, and there wasn't a PlayStation to be found. So this guy just pulled some sort of prank.
I told you he's gonna get arrested for inciting a riot.
He'd get arrested. But the police had to go in and get him. Like, kind of like it looked like he didn't really care, but he was definitely in danger, because once he was recognized, everyone started rushing towards him, thinking, "Oh, he has the PlayStation gift cards on him," or you know what I'm saying, whatever it is, And I just thought of that because you said the power of the internet, and that is some power right there, because to mobilize 4,000 people in a moment, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy. So, I don't know what's. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I've just seen I remember these guys who got famous for slapping the shit out of people with powder in their hand, sleeping or whatever. And they told everybody they was going to be at the mall. This was years back. When that stuff really started getting famous, and then the mall had like thousands of people down there just to see these dudes. All their fame was just slapping the shit out of people with powder in their hands when you're sleeping.
What's the famous mall in Atlanta called?
Huh?
What's the big mall in Atlanta called? It's famous. You hear it a lot.
Lennox.
So do you ever go on YouTube and watch the GoPro footage of the security guard that works at that mall? This dude's like in Iraq. He got his days around everywhere. Someone like throws a gum wrapper on the floor, rolls up on him. Hey, get over there. You never seen this? Trust me, you've seen this guy.
Hey, now you know me, man. 8 million stories in the naked city.
All right.
But
so I got a phrase. You have something else to say about that?
Yeah, just about that Atlanta shit. That's funny because you said that shit about the mall. So I worked in Lenox Mall like mad years ago, right? And there was an incident one time, man, where it's like, so I'm 19, man. I just now come to Atlanta. I'm trying to get a fresh start, see what's good. So I get a job, man, at this place called Ship Piper's Euro Rap. And for all those who don't know what a Euro is, it's a gyro. They want to call them gyros.
Yeah.
But it's pronounced. So I used to cut them, make them, and wrap them, whatever. Yo, so I go to the bathroom, you know what I'm saying? And I'm waiting to use one of the stoves. This is plenty small, like way back. And I'm noticing that guys got that are in the bathroom stall, got their eyes pressed up against the wall, like against the bathroom wall, like, you know, stall wall, right? So I'm like a young dude. I'm like, fuck you doing, man? You know what I'm saying? Then I peep it out afterwards so people are literally unscrewing those toilet holders.
Yeah.
And peeking at, you know, other dudes. So obviously this was some other, you know, type of shit, but they're actually peeking at the dude while he goes to the bathroom. Now this is so damn crazy because I'm a 19-year-old dude, straight up heterosexual, you know, coming from rah-rah Boston all the way to Atlanta and see some shit like this.
Glory
and then I
holes.
found out what the hell it was. I was like, whoa.
Wait.
And it came up because it's Lenox Mall.
They're not to
And I
peek,
was
Big
like,
Shug. Those holes aren't for peeking. You know what those holes aren't not for peeking.
That's what I'm saying. Them motherfuckers made them peeking. And I just think you're 19, you've never seen no shit like that. You're like, what the hell are they doing? Then you realize when you go in there, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh. So needless to say, every time I went to those stalls after that, I would kick the shit out of that wall, like every single time. So anyway, go ahead, man.
You know what those holes are for, right?
Huh?
You know what those holes are for, right?
Well, go ahead.
They're
Enlighten
called
me, man.
they're called glory holes, and they're for strangers to blow each other in public restrooms.
Yo, it's just crazy, man.
It's Tinder before Tinder.
Yeah, that's exactly what it. No, what's the one for the game?
Oh, Grinder.
Grinder, yeah.
Just think, all them years ago, somebody was taking the time to unscrew those
That
toilet
is
paper.
commitment. Commitment.
Oh fucking
Yo.
god! Oh wait. Oh, I see.
They say y'all swimming today.
I thought the holes were bigger.
And they knew this system. I had no idea. I'm a 19-year-old young dude from Boston. So, well, go ahead, man.
So, did you see the baseball fight?
The baseball who?
The fight in baseball?
Nah, I heard about it though.
Tim Anderson got knocked out by Jose. What was his name? Jose Ramirez. They started squabbling, and then the guy was throwing like this, and he landed one right on the jawline and knocked this dude fucking out cold.
You got knocked out.
Visually, that looked like I did see that. Visually, that looked like the softest punch ever. But somehow it caught him because his ass fell back.
Yeah, he got him right here. He got him right here. He got him in the perfect spot, but it wasn't a great shot because he was just going like this.
He was like, I don't know what's
you know what I mean? But one of the ones hit the right spot. But like I always say, man, professional athletes, you rarely see it. It happens, but you rarely see a moment of a fight that they can really fight. Like,
well, let me tell you. So if you look at it,
seems you should know
like
how to
that
fight.
That was a fight where they missed a lot of shots. But coming up, like even more so, maybe like in the 70s and shit like that, 80s, the early 80s, dudes were fighting.
Yeah, they used to brawl.
Yeah,
dudes were connecting. But then you always had when it moved on to the 90s stuff, where you could tell dudes didn't really want to fight. They would just square up. I hope somebody breaks this shit up. But I mean, at one point,
80s brawling, and I just instantly thought Darryl Strawberry.
Yeah,
dudes were fighting. Dudes were fighting back in the day, like for real. Like I mean, look, Tom Janovich, he gonna run up on somebody, and Kermit Washington punched him in the face, and it sunk his face in about 4 inches.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? It was one of the most gruesomest punches in sport. The shit was crazy. They had to put screws. They had to screw holes in his faceplate to bring it back up to be level.
Yeah.
And then here's about Rudy Tomjanovich. After that, he came back to play a few more years. So imagine how the mental strength he had, because you have to think about if you get bowled in the face again or some shit. You know what I mean? Or whatever. But man.
So
anyway.
Our country is so damn petty. Like, Who remembers 2 weeks ago when everyone cared about Jamie Foxx? Oh, Jamie Foxx, man, we hope you get better. We love you, Jamie Foxx. I hope nothing happens to Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx announces that he's doing okay. And now they're trying to cancel him for a tweet.
What?
So let me ask you something. If I said this, ready? I wrote this phrase down because he said something online, and I wrote down a kind of similar phrase to see if it sounds racist coming from a white person. You ready?
Okay.
The phrase is, damn, I can't believe they killed Tupac. Does that sound racist?
No,
Nope.
not to me.
So Jamie Foxx is being called a racist because he wrote a tweet that said, they even killed Jesus, be careful. And now they're saying that Jamie Foxx shouldn't be making movies anymore because that's very anti-Semitic.
That's
Because
right. How's
because
that anti-Semitic?
because the Jews killed Jesus, and they're saying that he's referring to them, saying that they even killed him. So and I'm just like, what the fuck? That's a common phrase. I've heard that phrase my whole life.
Yeah, I think he's
Like-
just saying that even Jesus, who was all powerful and all knowing, that he was still killed. Not
Yeah,
who
like
killed him.
yeah, I never when I heard that phrase, I'm like, yeah, damn Jews.
Yeah.
Like I never thought that.
I
Like
never have. I
so
don't think I ever
it's just
will.
like 2 weeks ago you're fucking praying and putting crying emojis on your fucking Twitter about this guy, and now he writes something which was obviously, when you read the whole tweet, I don't have the whole tweet here, but I feel like he was talking about something going on personally in his life where someone's shady. And he was like, yeah, you got to watch out for yours. They even killed Jesus. And everyone's like, how are you going to try to cancel this? So I say that to say this. Jennifer Aniston liked it on wherever he posted it, Instagram or Twitter or whatever. She liked it. So then people came at her. And they were like, you anti-Semitic bitch.
Oh my God. She's Jewish.
So I'm like,
She's
is
Jewish.
she? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. But they came at her, and then she said, "Oh no, I like that post on accident. I don't support anything that he says, and I agree with you guys." And I'm just
No,
like,
espérate.
like, oh my God, you guys were just
That
crying
part
about
was-
this guy.
That's the part we're talking about with social media, because everybody stands behind something, so they're gonna behind it like, oh, they can't see me, so now I'm gonna say this. Oh, hang him, let's do this, and some crazy shit or whatever. At the end of the day, it's like I would never think of him as a racist or being racist remark by saying something like that, because it's just like when people would say stuff like people with
Like
with
and subscribe to the Big Zoom podcast.
You're
breaking up. You're breaking up.
Voltron, and we haven't understood a word you said.
Yeah, so you're breaking up.
why would you
It's all
Big
good.
shit.
kill about
You
that?
gotta start over. You're breaking up like Voltron.
Like and subscribe to the Danger Zone podcast. We're having.
He even hurt.
I think he might be in a dead zone or something.
This movie,
He's in a dead zone. This is kind of good
He's
material. This is
frozen.
good content right here. So I think if he wrote, "The damn Jews killed Jesus," you could go like this. Whoa, Jamie.
I don't think.
Tell us
I
how.
think
Tell us
that's
how you really feel.
That's an expression that is very common.
Yeah. So
Which-
we're
which
back. We're
one?
back. No, just I've heard people say they
even
killed
ki-
Jesus,
They even killed Jesus.
and it's like it's a simile to fucking. You gotta watch out because no matter how good you are, someone's trying to hurt you. Like it's not
or
a
how
fucking
great,
Yeah.
Yeah.
how great doesn't matter. How great you are, they will get you. But here's the thing, like I was just saying, can you hear me?
Oh yeah.
Now we can hear you. Before we didn't hear anything you said in the last 5 minutes.
5 minutes. No.
What I
1
was
minute.
saying, what I was saying was that people would make a statement about people wear crosses, and Jesus was nailed to a cross.
Yeah.
He was killed. So why do you wear crosses? Because if Jesus was if Jesus was stabbed with knives, would you wear a knife around your neck? If he was shot with a gun and then tied up with guns, would you wear that on your neck? So that's something that to me that's no type of statement here one way or the other. But I mean, to me, it makes some sense. To me personally, it makes a little sense. Which is people have their opinions at the end of the day.
Yeah.
The truth is the truth. The good book is the good book because someone says it is, well, we don't really know nothing in that Bible. We don't know that. We're just reading it. So, it is what it is. Jamie Foxx, hurry up. Come on, bring us some more shit. We wait, man. Let's see it.
There's plenty of people that are willing and able to watch whatever he does.
Yeah, I was like, come on, man.
If you're upset with him, don't support what he does.
Maybe he can play. Tory Lanez in the new Tory Lanez movie. 10 years in. What do you think, Big Sugar?
Man, listen.
Uh-oh.
We're losing you again.
But for those who don't know, we got 10 years for shooting at Megan Thee Stallion's feet.
Yeah.
Why did he fucking just give her a foot massage? Why did he shoot them shits?
Shooting them with bullets, guys.
Anyway,
Calm down out there.
right?
Shooting them with bullets. Feeding the geese.
Stop with your geese.
What'd you say?
No,
You don't want to know. The Danger Zone podcast, episode 80.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
It's so crazy because they say, he shot her in the feet or whatever, but I mean, we know that he probably grazed them or something.
Yeah.
The part was that the action of using the actual firearm and shooting at someone and endangering someone. Because if he shot her in the feet, he would have been walking around like that. So, you know what I mean? The thing about it is, it's supposed to be
firing a gun in Beverly Hills.
Appealing, of course, he uses too much time. Whatever. It probably is because it actually happened. Trust me. I know people who supposedly got shot in the face, and you see them be like, damn, I thought he got shot in the face. But what happened is someone shot a shotgun towards their face, and they got hit with a couple of buckshots, and not the actual, blasting, whatever. So you still shot in the face. But me, one way or another, I'm sure you guys have a take. I really don't even care, because I feel like this with any celebrity or whatever. When you put yourself in certain situations, man, and we're trying to lead this life of success and fun and money, and this is how we're trying to live, or we should be.
Yeah.
And you're going to be in a situation where you're going to shoot at somebody. First of all, why is your gun out with Megan Thee Stallion, who was supposedly your girlfriend or whatever? What are you doing? You know what I mean? So he gets no sympathy from me.
Why doesn't your security guard have your gun? Why are you shooting a gun in Beverly Hills? Why are you 4 feet tall? Those are the
that
questions.
last one's genetic.
I mean, he's on some Napoleon shit, little man boy.
Yeah.
Because dude, you're pulling out a gun. First of all, pulling the gun out, I'm like, come on, man. You know what I mean? Any of the people which we've heard other stories, who ever pulled out a gun to scare a woman, you know what I'm saying? Right? To me, that's the most stupid shit ever. Because it's like, what are you trying to accomplish here? What kind of person is that? You know what I mean? So, and you could be like, say he didn't pull no shots. So now we're having the case with him. We're having the case with him now for having a gun out.
Yeah.
Now that's a different case, right? And they still might give him some time for being reckless or whatever, right? Because he had the gun out.
Yeah.
But why do you even have the gun out? See, that's what I'm saying. It's so fucking stupid, man.
Yeah, man. It's just
but go ahead, man.
The wildest shit. Just want to talk some local news. Fucking is stupid as hell this week involve water?
Water?
Yeah.
Nah, bro. I don't think so, but we'll get to that.
What about boats? What about boats? Does it involve boats?
No.
Right. So we'll get maybe. So I got some local news right now where we live in the history of mankind. Right now, there have been more great white sharks in the waters off of Massachusetts recorded than anywhere else in the world. So last night, how far do you think Long Island is from here? 200 miles? 200 miles south of here, which is like the same water, basically. You know what I'm saying? A lady got bit by a shark, and it took a 20-pound chunk, chunk out of her leg with one nibble. Holy
that
shit!
wasn't a nibble. That was a bite.
So I'm just surprised that I think we're gonna see I think we're gonna see one this summer in Massachusetts. You rarely see a shark attack. You very rarely see a great white shark attack. But I think this is the summer of the shark.
So listen, the crazy shit is. So I don't swim at the beach myself, man. Really, unless maybe I could see through it out in Bermuda or somewhere. Like I can see that water, right? But I don't really be. I might walk through the shit, keeping it real.
Yeah.
But when I seen that news at first, it was mad weird to me anyway, because it was bunch of like a few different black people, and they were like, "Yo, telling this story," and I was like, "Yo, so what beach are they at?" And because you never put beach in New York together, like that just don't really be like you don't be hearing that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he was at Long Island. She was at Long Island.
Yeah. I said Orchard Beach, or they
talk about New Jersey.
They're in Long Island, yeah.
No, listen what I'm trying to tell you. I know there's beaches there. I'm just saying, like all my years going and affiliation, different shit, that's never that conversation. Like, we're going to the beach or this the beach thing or whatever. So when I seen this shit, I was like, okay. So, because when I heard the story, I didn't know it was in Long Island. I just heard the story about a shark. Yeah. And I was like, yo, so imagine that. This woman, anybody swimming, and they and you get nipped, and you're like, wow. Well, first and foremost, she's here. She's here to tell it. So
yeah,
and damn, but unbelievable. So man.
I lived in Miami, Florida, and so before I say that, I'll say this: I feel like the common sense depth you should go in the ocean is like to your chest. Like I feel like if you can swim, you can fully be immersed in water at that depth of water. Anything else past that, you're begging for something. Probably won't kill you, but something to come up and bite you. So anyway, right. I used to live in Miami, Florida, and I went. Someone talked me into going snorkeling, and it was dope. It really was. So snorkeling, you see all this cool wildlife. You saw barracudas, all that shit. And then I told everybody, I was like, you know what, man? Went back to the hood. I'm like, you guys gotta go snorkeling, man. It was pretty good. So I convinced a bunch of people to come, and when they came, the water was mad murky and it was dark and it was it was eerie. So I was like, oh man, it's not as good as when I came. But we just stayed, and I'm swimming in the water in the it's just like, what is it, sediment all in the water, all the dirt and sand and shit, and all these things just swimming by me, boom, boom, and they look big. So I jumped out of I always say it, I jumped out of the water like Super Mario Brothers, bro. I literally jumped out of the water. And in Miami, in Hampton Beach, they got that rock jetty that goes out that you can walk on at Hampton Beach. They got one of those in South Beach. And I landed on that and cut my feet all up to bits. And my blood's like pouring into the water. I'm trying to yell at my friends like, yo! Get out of the water. We never saw anything bad. No one got hurt, but it was like a reality check to me real quick where I was like, yo, we're fucking, is that someone trying to join our?
No.
I said that was a reality check for me, but yeah, so sometimes funny things happen near the water. And sometimes funny things happen near the water. What do you ever see something funny happen near the water, Big Shug? Have you ever seen anything funny happen near the water, like in the South, or like Alabama specifically, something like that?
He said nah.
Hey, that shit was crazy. But if you remember, speaking locally, if you remember, so downtown, shit, I forget the exact area what it was called, but near the aquarium over there, what happened, hotel over there. They used to have concerts, man, every Tuesday night on this like deck. People would dance, the bands would play. You guys probably remember. And there was a couple that was dancing and they fell off the shit to the water. Damn. You remember that a couple of years ago? No?
Yeah, I do actually. I think I do actually. It was
on the news and everything. Like, they were dancing and shit. They were dancing and like everybody always does every Tuesday night. Damn. And then they just fell off the shit. And I'm thinking like, damn, imagine you're out for a good time and you're dancing and shit and on a boat like that, and you fall into straight ocean splash. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they saved them. They probably got a buck or two for that because that gate shouldn't have opened, and for them to to fall off. So, but go ahead.
Everything is man-made. Everything is possibility of breaking when you least expect it.
What you got? You got anything happen good this week? Anything you can think of? No.
Where's your water? Where's your water story? What happened?
Oh, I was just asking if you ever saw anything funny happen near the water.
In Alabama.
In Alabama.
Specifically.
No, really? You never saw a huge fucking race war break out on a dock in Alabama?
Whoa.
Yo, that was. Hey, you know what though, D? That was a crazy thing to see too, because it was
was nuts.
It was like, yo, the dude that worked there, the gentleman who was black, he was just trying to tell the people what they could not do. And they turned it into like, no, we're doing this. And if you've seen it, when the dude runs over and punches him in the face, I'm like, and then they're all whipping his ass. Then all of a sudden, the brothers come like from Captain America. They come from out of nowhere. Right? And then after that, motherfuckers start heading for the hills. They all hopped on that boat trying to take off.
They hopped in the boat, but unfortunately for them, I got no sympathy for these people really, but unfortunately for them in that moment, they did it like the Marines and they waited for their whole party to get on the boat, but the 5 that were on the boat were waiting for that 6th, and he just wasn't able to get there, and and then all those 5 got pulled off the boat.
The shit was crazy.
It went very far. It went very far.
The shit was crazy because it was like, damn, dude was just talking, and dude ran out of nowhere and socked him. I'm like, yo.
That's where it to me, like, that's where you fucked up. Like, I don't like when people get jumped, and right there you tried to jump that guy. You're going to jail anyway. I don't know what those people were thinking. You're jumping a security guard at the fucking at the casino boat fucking dock. Like that's a security officer. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like you're fucked anyway. But when they tried to jump him, and they did jump him, I thought it was great because you're watching. I feel bad for the guy getting beat up, but you're watching this guy get beat up, and above on a platform that's separated, that all you see is like a black guy's legs run. You can see he runs off camera, and you just know that he's running to get to the ramp to come down there and fuck these guys up. And then as you see him disappear, you see who people have dubbed Black Aquaman and Scuba Gooding Jr. come out of nowhere through the water. He came up from Atlantis. He came up from Atlantis to save this guy. And
someone had to help him.
It was crazy, dude.
That was definitely
Then it went extra.
That was definitely an old shit moment.
Well, in that kid's defense,
was definitely an old shit. Like
when he started
at the same time.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I'll say when he started to swim, that guy, the security guard or whatever, was all alone. Yeah. It was him versus everybody. But by the time he got there, the situation was, as far as helping the security guard, part of the situation was under control. Yeah. That part was over with. And he got out of the water ready to fight. But there's so many great memes. The memes that are coming from this are so good. There's Doctor Strange, how he comes out of the portals. Yeah. There's pictures of the redneck guys, and there's 4 of them, and there's like 8 black people, and 2 of the black people are coming out of those portals. It looks so funny. I'll try to show it. I'll see if I can find it. It's too funny. So
crazy thing. I felt bad because at one point the dude had that folding chair and he was hitting everybody.
Yeah, I was gonna get there.
It got to an extra level.
It went extra. Here's where it should have ended. But those 5 guys should have got the shit kicked out of them by the. What you say? You're breaking up. We can't hear you. But I think this is what happened. Those 5 guys should have got the guys that started the jumping. They did get theirs, but at when you get people riled up, it's hard to get it's hard to wind down after you just beat up a bunch of hillbillies for jumping, you know, your fellow employee. You know what I'm saying?
So, it's crazy.
It's hard to come down off of that, or it's oh shit, let's hit that lady in the head with a chair.
Yeah, that's where we went extra. We went a little extra.
But they apprehended they had apprehended about 13 or 14 people or something like that.
Yeah.
But only arrested like 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
that guy probably. I mean, you hit someone in the head with a metal chair on HD footage from 12 angles. Like,
oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, you know.
That shit was wild, man. But I mean, it all started from.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They were probably drunk and stupid, and then that shit escalated to that bullshit. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
You got your man in there yet?
No, not yet. So I wanted to keep talking about this. I thought this shit was crazy. The amount you have to watch that footage 5-6 times because there's 5 or 6 fights going on. You know, there's the best part of the fight to me was 2 parts. The guy threw his hat in the air, like that was his beginning when the guy punched him, and he was like, "Oh hell no!" and he took his hat off and he threw it in the air for some reason. I thought that was amazing. I thought that was the move because I can already tell. That guy's probably a tough guy, and he was just like, oh hell yeah, I'm gonna beat this dude up. But then he didn't expect.
Oh, what? Wait, what?
He didn't expect to get jumped. But the best part of that fight is you look up to on the footage, the boat's up here, and there's 2 women fighting, and one lady just throws a woman into the water. She throws.
And it was wild.
I'm like, this is fucking next level.
You gotta fight, right? You gotta.
But my favorite part, it gave me like a good feeling inside for some reason, like seeing that kid swimming through the water to help that dude. Like that kid had $100 sneakers on. You feel what I'm saying? Like he didn't take off his gear, like his outfit cost him. You feel what I'm saying? Like he didn't know that guy, just some guy. So
yeah.
Like I'll get at 16. At 16, that's how old he was. That's important to you.
I love that.
Your sneakers, you might as well be $10,000 if they're $100 at 16.
This dude, the dude got jumped anyway. Whatever, he's gonna have the lawsuit. Plus, he's gonna also have workman's comp. Plus, he's gonna be, so he earned some money getting his ass jumped on TV. But man, this shit was a crazy thing, man. But just follow orders, man. Sometimes, most of the time, shit, you gotta follow orders, man. You could see he was explaining this shit to him too. And then dude comes out of nowhere, the drunkest one, right? He comes out of nowhere and he threw a punch and a kick at the same time. Like shit was the dumbest looking shit I ever seen.
Dude, there's so many fights going on. It was crazy. And then the one thing that's crazy, and all those cops are getting fired. All those first responding police officers who are basically just standing there. But I'm not trying to defend them. But what do you do really?
Yeah, like what were they supposed to do?
You just need right now. You just need the people to stop fighting. Yes. You don't really necessarily need to be arresting yet in that situation, because throwing handcuffs on anyone, you throw handcuffs on a white guy, the white guy's gonna go crazy. You throw handcuffs on a black guy, the black guy's gonna go crazy.
What in the video they were trying to separate them and try to stop the fight, but it was
not at first. They were kind of just assessing the situation. They were just like, oh, okay, there's people fighting here. Oh, okay.
Well, they do have to assess the situation. They can't just go up in there blindly. Like, you gotta have a plan, especially when there's like 5 of you and like 80 people. I mean, they definitely weren't prepared for it. Write that down, people in the academy. Maybe you should train them for riots. When there's like 3 people, what do you do?
Yeah, well, that was just. So then there's other footage of there's a lady, white lady, running up to. If everyone's seen the footage by now, there looks like probably like a boardwalk area, and then a ramp that goes down to a platform. That's where the fight was, on the platform, and then the water. So there was a bunch of security guards just up there watching the fight, and this lady's running up to him, carrying it out on him. What are you gonna do? You're gonna help them? And it's just like, lady, you don't want these guys to go down there, because then it's gonna be 6 more guys versus your 5 friends. So I just let them stand here.
Like.
So if did you have anything you want to say about that fight?
Nah, I just think like I get what the point of the beginning of all the fighting was, but then it just went to the next level.
Yeah.
And people were definitely getting out their frustrations out, whatever they were, whether it was life frustration or what. They just took it to a level it didn't have to go to.
They were getting out their frustration. They were getting out their drunkenness.
Too. Those were the angry drunks.
That's too funny.
No, they would have silly ones like, hey, I flew through the air and hit him with my belly and my fist. And did you see how I came through the air like Superman?
Oh my
and yeah,
God.
then they beat,
try to do wrestling moves.
Then they beat the fuck out of you. You know what I'm saying? Yo, the bottom line is the bottom line, man. Yo?
Yeah, you can't pull out the wrestling move unless you're. I don't think there's any reason to pull out a wrestling move.
And there's no such thing as a belly kick. But go ahead. Flying belly kick.
So
Yo,
yeah, that 50-cent ticket sale keeps going up and up and up.
What do you mean, the price of it?
Yeah, like there's 900,000 tickets sold now or something like that.
Oh, like he keeps selling out the arenas.
So that's pretty good, man.
Yeah, go 50.
You got anything? Go ahead.
Speaking of almost 1 million or 900,000, when we were speaking on streams last week.
Yeah.
Right, and then I peeped the song that I had, and I was like, damn, that thing's almost 1 million streams. And I'm like, I started thinking like them dudes, like, where the hell does that money go? Because what is the stream? What's that stream breakdown? I got to do that homework, man. That song is Hard Body, though, with Fat Joe, Big Sugar, M.O.P. But I was like, yo, that shit is like almost 1 million there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's one. What is that? That's iTunes. You know what I mean? No, not iTunes. That's
Spotify.
What's one?
Spotify.
Yeah, Spotify. You know?
Big shit, watch it. You showing us your mail.
Nah, I can't see nothing.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
Anything happen in sports this week?
Well, basically,
the women's soccer team lost the first round of the World Cup.
It's that you know, football around the corner, right? And we got
football.
The Patriots are heavy into their training camp, and hopefully they have a great. Matter of fact, Thursday they have that first preseason game, right?
Oh no!
So
damn.
Basically, that's what's going on. Baseball's at that point. Baseball's at that point. Whereas it's such a long season, but it got to get to the playoffs basically before it gets exciting. The Red Sox are hovering around 500 as they have all year. High Bloom is there running. He runs the operation, and he's actually Heim Doom. We know New York is down there swimming in the bottom of the belly, you know. So it's just, I'm looking forward to some football, man. You know what I'm saying? Nothing against the baseball watchers and all that, but I'm waiting on some football, man, and we'll see what's going on.
Hell yeah!
Because if you remember in our picks, I picked the Patriots every week.
Yeah.
Right. I was a homer, so hopefully they do better. And I'm trying to win me another deluxe chicken dinner.
Oh boy.
But anyway,
The danger zone.
Yeah. Go ahead. Is your partner in the room?
Nah, he's not here yet. So let's just talk about.
Because we got.
Yeah, you can do.
What you got?
Nah, I'm good. I don't have anything left. So we can do that. I think it's that time of the week.
Yeah, man. Hold up. I just walked into the So let me set this up so I can do stupid as easy.
Make sure you go to the Danger Zone podcast on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, iHeartRadio, Apple Music, Spotify. Dang, man, there's so many. I always slow down, but they're everywhere. Anywhere you can listen to a podcast, you can go there. But you can only go one place to watch the podcast.
That's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
And while you're skating on those things too, right? It's also, we have music that's available everywhere. I got that project. There's a few songs I put out for my living room project. You can find all those Can I, Us, Make a Baby, Sex on the Couch. Man, all them things go together. You can find all those songs. You can find them all on all platforms, wherever you need to get music. Support that. And all the other things we got going on. Hold up, we about to set this up. But stupid as he's more.
Stupid as he's more. Yes, he has the message.
It's crazy. It's been dope because, I actually drove, to get to my spot, with DL and Chef T's. And Chef T's, that's kind of wild. Anyway,
oh boy.
That's what Garen Veras thought your name was, Chef T. The Patriots player.
How are you feeling? You nice and single?
Hey,
I have that
remember
effect.
that show though?
That effect.
Hey, DL. Remember when he was trying to take that shot at Tanya?
Yeah. Two
He's
people.
not the only famous person.
Two people.
Yo, so this little square right here, like that was on our camera, like you can see, like, so he got all, I guess it was probably his sexy move when he got all in it like this, like
he got close to the camera,
square, and he's like, yo, Tanya, are you single? That's funny as hell. I'm like, he set himself up all like, oh, let me show my good side. Let me show my good arm. Yo, Tanya, are you single? Anyway, hold on.
Still got it.
Let me get my script. Yeah, well, hey, sometimes you got.
There's nothing wrong with getting the flowers.
Flowers.
Hey.
King Magnetic, too. He had a shirt off for you and everything.
Oh, boy.
Yo, King Magnetic had his shirt off, babysitting, making bologna sandwiches for kids and going to the bathroom and smoking a cigarette.
Oh,
he was multitasking.
He was doing
You know what I'm saying? So, this week,
go ahead.
Stupid as Hell is
Stupid
actually
as hell.
pretty rugged because,
where's this motherfucker?
It's a terrible event, but it's just stupid. It just shows you how people are, and with their stupidness, you know what I mean? I'm just setting it up, man, so we can get this right and we don't miss nothing.
That dumb shit. Don't say dumb, don't say stupid, they're gonna cancel us.
This week, Stupid as Hell is 6 former Mississippi deputies plead guilty to allegedly sexually assaulting and torturing 2 black men with sex toys and stun guns. Each will face up to 100 years in prison and pay millions in fines. Now, this is a tragic, crazy, just stupid story completely. And I say they're stupid as hell because this is showing you that this is 6 deputies that are police, that are law. And they think, if you remember years ago, it was Diallo or something his name was, the cops got suspended and fired and all this other stuff for sticking a plunger stick up his ass, you know what I mean? So that, it's like, just think, these are human beings, like they thought this was cool to torture these 2 black guys in this fashion. You know what I'm saying? I mean, unbelievable. Each of the officers are charged with conspiracy to commit obstruction of justice, according to the Mississippi Attorney General's office.
Mississippi.
Additionally, Dedmon is charged with home invasion, because they must have went to the house, like that. And Elwood is charged with, 2 of them are charged with home invasion and aggravated assault, amongst other things. And then you have the others, hold on, let me get their names. McAlpin, Middleton, Obdick, Hartfield. Each of them face an additional charge of first-degree obstruction of justice. This is after, everything happened, The incident occurred on January 24th in Braxton, Mississippi, just southeast of Jackson. It came to light that after 2 men, Michael Jenkins and Eddie Parker, filed a federal civil lawsuit. Many of the claims in the lawsuit were reflected in the federal charging document. The 2 men, who are black, say 6 white law enforcement officers entered the home they were in and tortured them for nearly 2 hours, culminating with Jenkins being shot in the mouth. They did all this crazy shit with them, shot him in the mouth. Defendants in this case tortured. Well, they were tortured, and the one of the craziest things about the whole situation is that these guys tried to cover that up. On top of that, you know, the names, we're going to get them. The names are Brett McAlpin, Jeffrey Middleton, Christian Dedman, Daniel Obdyke, and Joshua Hartfield. This week, and for many weeks to come, and all the years that you suffered, you will be considered stupid as hell because you have a problem, which is you being stupid. You know what I'm saying? And because of your stupidity, now you're going to be in jail probably for most of, if not the rest of your life, and it's all over. So I hope you enjoyed that stupid moment. But all six, I'm going to say this again so people can know. Brett McAlpin, Jeffrey Middleton, Christian Dedman, Daniel Obdyke, and Jeff Hartfield. This week and forever, stupid as hell.
Hell yeah. So, yeah, me and Tanya are about to hit the road, going to St. Louis.
Oh, for real?
The Lou, we going downtown, baby.
We're going to the following places: Rochester, for maybe a music video. Buffalo, for maybe a music video.
Road trip.
Cleveland, Akron, Dayton, that's where I was born. Columbus, Indianapolis, and St. Louis. And then if we have time, when we're in St. Louis, Louisville, Kentucky is an hour and 5 minutes away. I've never been to Kentucky. I might just hit that and pop back. You know what I mean? Do a little.
Hit that and pop back.
Do a little hit and pop. Hit pop. So.
Yo, that's crazy, man. So is this trip possibly, like, is it for music videos, or are you guys taking a summer trip or something?
It's both. It's for Tanya has a booking in St. Louis. That's where it all stemmed from. Was her? She got a. Yeah. What the hell was that?
Is that the food thing?
That means cooking in Big Sugar.
You gotta do it like this.
It's more like.
No, I did the eat. Hey yo, I did the eating part.
Oh, I got you.
I'm like, because I know you guys are gonna also start your food critic show as you stop in all these restaurants to eat.
Heck yeah!
That'll be fun.
You be like,
add it to my
wait a
vlog. Started. It's already been started. It's just not released yet.
Tanya's gonna have alligator. Me?
I love alligator.
I like alligator too, so
alligator
I ain't
is better than chicken. It's moist.
No.
It's big.
Better than chicken.
Well, I don't know if it's better than chicken, but I like it. So I've only had the little the medallions, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The way I had it was on a skewer, and it was like breaded in like a little bit of cornmeal, a little bit of flour, and it was just like almost like meatball skewers, but they weren't meatballs. It was just like big pieces of alligator that were breaded, very light and crunchy. It's a very moist meat.
Had they were like medallions, and they had this sauce, this dipping sauce. I've actually had it at Red Lobster in Florida, and also in Japan.
They served alligator.
Yeah, but this was in Florida. I think in Florida it's probably a big.
Yeah, because that's where I had it.
Yeah. So, and then the other time I had it was in Red Lobster in Japan, which they probably don't want.
Ohayou gozaimasu.
They probably don't want me to come back there because.
Uh-oh. Was it all you can eat?
No, they had a big they had these two big huge tanks, lobster tanks, that were full of lobsters. So as we waited for our food, and you know I was a bit younger, so don't judge me. Anyway, as we waited for our food, me and my man Gordon, shout out to Biggest Gordon, we figured, hey, why not let them be free?
Oh no.
So we take all the lobsters out, but unbeknownst to the waiters and waitresses and everybody else in there. And then you should have seen the reaction when they started realizing that these lobsters were like kind of going across the floor and like all over the place. Dude, we must have took out about 50 lobsters. You know what I mean? And matter of fact,
What is your
we were,
problem?
hey, we weren't eating lobster, so we were like, that's probably we on some
He
shit
was
like,
like,
yo,
let them free.
We were like, we got these where we live.
All the vegetarians are very happy about that.
yo, you can hear them talking. You can hear them talking in their language when they was like trying to figure that shit out because the lobsters are all over the place. They were, you know, if anybody knows lobster, you guys eat lobsters? I know
Nah,
DL.
she's
I'm
allergic. She's allergic. I
Oh,
don't.
I mean, I
Well-
have when I was a young kid, so I have been to Red Lobster and other lobster
Anything,
restaurants.
Anything-
seafood
Lobster.
yo, you never ate it, DL?
Nah, hell no.
He don't know what
But
he's
I'm-
missing. I remember eating king crab legs
I'm
with
super.
clarified butter.
I'm super bland. I'm a fucking
He's a
American.
Yo,
Square.
but did you not?
don't say
Did
you're
you not-
American. Americans eat different kind of food.
Yo,
Not
Did
just
you-
They only eat
Americans.
chili.
Not real Americans.
Oh,
Yo,
you need
did
to
you-
stop. You about to get
did-
stabbed by a real American.
yo, listen.
to get thrown
Did you
in the
not
water.
eat it because? Did you not eat it because you just didn't want to, or?
Seafood doesn't smell good to me, so I wouldn't want to eat it. That's kind of what it
Yeah,
always
but I'm
came
saying-
down to.
But I'm saying, I'm saying in
That's
all
bullshit.
fairness, yo, in all fairness, right? What I'm saying is, so all of it don't smell the same. That's why I'm curious, you know?
Yeah.
They don't
Like-
all smell the same.
Nah, cause like raw, like when you, for instance, if you get
Oysters?
like if you're frying fish and shit like that, that's not gonna smell like lobsters and mussels and all that shit. That's a different thing. So that's why I asked you. You know what I mean?
Muscle.
I'm gonna
'cause,
try oysters. My doctor gave me the okay. I could try oysters. That's one I never tried. I've had clams.
Do you eat clams and oysters? Can you
I
eat
used
that?
to be able to eat all of it. It's
It
just
just looks
as I
like
got older,
people-
I couldn't. So, but my doctor said I could eat oysters now.
Just like
And
people
squid.
eating like fucking snot rockets. That's what that.
No, it's
That's what it
not.
looks like,
Like,
yeah.
you're just not
What?
used to eating it, so that's what you think.
No,
What'd
that's
he
what it
say?
looks like. I'm saying it looks like snot. Like it looks
What?
disgusting.
Which one is that?
Oysters.
Yeah, see, I don't eat none of that. Like none of that. All I eat seafood is I eat fish. I eat clams, strips. I don't eat the belly with the stuff in it. And
I love me a baked clam.
I eat scallops.
See, I don't like scallops. Not my
I don't
thing.
eat shrimp. I don't eat shrimps.
I don't
You know what I
like
mean?
shrimp either.
You know,
I
but
can't
family.
now.
Look, yo, this is the first. So I just rolled up in the crib. This is almost was going to be the first session we had without me smoking and drinking. But I'm finna change that.
You're finna to changing now.
I was about, because I was driving and I was like, yo, this is not gonna, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna make it to the crib. I'm gonna finish this.
Yeah.
But shit, I get to the crib, I'm gonna give me a couple of puffs. What happened? Dude just abandoned on us?
He hasn't. He said that he was down. He said what time? I said 5 p.m. Here's the link, and he hasn't seen.
Is he on the West Coast? Is he in the Midwest?
No, he's on the East Coast. He's on the East Coast.
What did he say? What was his response?
His response was, I said podcast tonight. He said, "Oh yeah, I got you. What time?" And I said 5 p.m. And I sent it the link,
Would-
but he hasn't seen it yet. He hasn't like seen. He hasn't seen the message yet.
He hasn't seen the 5 o'clock message?
Yeah. So
Yo, he's bugging. He's bugging.
he might. Maybe he might just think it's later. I don't know, but he hasn't seen that shit. But it's all good
Oh,
though.
man.
I ain't scared. I ain't scared of having the Danger Zone podcast.
Quicker, we get to pizza.
Pizza. We get pizza? Oh my god.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the Danger Zone podcast. I'm gonna keep this in because I'm gonna let you guys at home or listening in the car, wherever you're listening, know sometimes shit goes down in the podcast world,
It does.
and
You got to
we evolve. But like I always tell Big Sugar and
Hold on.
Tanya, I always say that I think the podcast is better when it's just us talking.
Well,
It's cool to interview
I think-
legends. I'll never not like that. Like, but as far as the back and forth, if they were here with us, it might be different. Like if Big Sugar was here and Pete Rock was sitting next to him, like it might go a different way. There's no internet involved. Like there's no lag. But I'm glad people are loving the shit. I'm glad. Like it's
He's
crazy
rough.
that the comments pop up on all these old episodes. So
We appreciate the love.
you know, there's a
yeah, stay
fight.
woke.
There's a fight going on the Rascast episode. There's huge fights going on the King Magnetic episode and clips because of. But it just goes to show you, man, that negativity people feed off negativity because the negative shit that we do when someone says, "Oh, I don't like this guy," is gonna do much better than him saying, "Oh, I love this guy." Like, "Oh, I love DJ Premier." "Oh, I hate Dr. Dre." Like I hate Dr. Dre clip's gonna go fucking through the roof. The I love DJ Premier shit's gonna go just how it goes.
Keep your head on straight. People are gonna say what they're gonna say, even if you do what they say. Yeah. They'll turn around and say the complete opposite. So you're listening to the Danger Podcast.
Oh, it's the Danger Podcast now?
The Danger Zone Podcast. I'm sorry.
So yeah, you don't have nothing, huh? Nothing. You got nothing.
So I'm gonna do like
this. I said what I had. The women's soccer. They were going for their third.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
They fudged it up.
Women still trying to play sports out here.
Don't get hurt. Don't get hurt. Don't get hurt.
What's going on? What's going on? I thought this was America.
You better shut up. You're about to get again.
I'm gonna look at it like this. So Tanya.
I like beach volleyball. So
what are your socials? Tanya. What are your socials?
Oh.
My socials are at Chef Tanya Nicole on Instagram, on YouTube, and on Facebook. So if you can't find me, you weren't looking.
Yeah. You weren't looking.
And Mr. DL, what are your socials?
I'm at Mr. DL everywhere. If you go to that website and you go at Mr. DL and you don't find me, I'm not on it.
Remember, Mr. DL is spelled MYSTERDL.
Oh yeah, spell it out.
And my socials are The Real Big Sugar on Twitter, Big Sugar Gangsta on Instagram, Big Sugar on Facebook, Big Sugar Gangsta in the threads. Anyway,
damn, that came and went though, huh? I posted that on there the other day. That threads came and went. Like it was like everyone was like, it really, marketing is fucking so good when you got money, because everyone really thought for 2 days, they really thought, me included, damn, there's no more Twitter. Twitter's done. They're not gonna be able to survive this. And they were just like, all right, whatever, dude. We survived it, and then we changed our name.
But you still call it Twitter.
Yeah, we're still gonna call it Twitter. It's still Twitter.com.
The funny thing is when you looked at your
what's X.com?
This shit was an X all of a sudden. I'm like, yo, okay. You know, they just took over this. Said, all right, fuck it, we're gonna give X.
X.com goes to Twiher.
They probably set it up where you could do it either way.
Yeah, it's set up that way.
Yeah, when I first seen that X, I was like, what the fuck is that X? You know what I mean? And then I'm like, oh, okay. You know
what that X is? It's where Eminem's body's buried after Melly Mel.
Oh, stop. Danger Zone Podcast.
After Melly Mel gave him the whooping of a lifetime.
I thought it was the return of DMX, my man.
No.
You know?
Dude, DMX right now could write a better song than that.
And all y'all pay attention to the new music coming. I'm listening to a lot of stuff that we've done. Mr. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Going to see DJ Premier in about a week, and
sick.
just continue to pick it up. We're almost finished too, so because I kind of think I'm gonna one to them, with these projects, and just be having everything out there at the same time, almost simultaneously, concurrently. You know what I mean? And try to be probably the first dude to really have a rap record out and a R&B record out that's really getting some movement. So we'll see, man, how this thing goes. But in the meanwhile, I think it's been real. I think it's been real. When it's far as man's considered, I think it's been real. It's been wrong, but much, much too long. So now it's time for us to get our ass on.
Yeah, we out of here, man.
And I was ready too. I was ready to be like, what I say, camouflage jacket, bucket hat, and Timbs. We need to know your favorite MCs. Give us 10. I was ready. You know what I'm saying? It didn't go down, man.
We need to stop. We need to stop.
It's all good.
Like, share,
of course.
subscribe.
He's gonna. We already know he's gonna see this message as soon as we stop, but it'll be for another day, another time.
Yeah, let me tell you.
Because today it's a
It was
wrap.
very fulfilling. It was very fulfilling though, this because there was a lot of information, a lot of different topics on this one, man. Where I was,
Yeah.
I was vibing.
This one.
I drove all the way from Cambridge, man, and we kept it kicking the whole way. You know what I'm saying? They got up in the crib with some more nuggets. So we all going to.
She said pizza. I don't know if that's a real story or she just said it, but that sounds good as fuck.
Oh, hold up. I can read y'all's mind anyway. Okay, y'all about to go to eat?
I hope so. Probably. We'll see what Bailey says.
I know. I got it. I got that psychic. I can tell. It's just something about when the podcast is about to end. Sometimes when the podcast is about to end, so Tanya might look over at you a little bit. You'll look back, and y'all will look forward. Then you'll be like, I can't wait till you finish talking. Because I'm hungry as fuck.
Click. No.
Hey, honey, you want to? Hey, honey, you want to go to 99?
Big Shook, don't you got something to say?
What is it?
Oh. Yeah, I do. It ain't over yet. Hold on, I got to do my time. Hey, I got to do my Tanya and Chef, my Tanya and Mr. DL. Wait a minute. Wait. Yo, honey, you want to get something to eat? Hey, I'm kind of hungry. What were you thinking? Well, I was probably thinking 99 or something. Maybe Five Guys. I don't know. I'm feeling more like club sandwich.
Club sandwich.
Uh-oh. You done changed his mind, Big Shook. You done changed his mind.
She gets the little neck thing too. I was thinking about a little bit of club. A little club. Turkey. Hey, turkey club. Hey. But anyway, we had a great time together as we always do, man. Whether you come or you don't, we're still gonna, man, rock on. We're still gonna, man, bring it to you, because it's what we do. And always remember, excuses have no purpose, so don't make them.
Don't make them.
And as we grow, we glow. And one thing too, man, as we be noticing too, there's so many young deaths in general, and people we lose. We're always talking about someone we lost or what have you. And all real, man, with no cliche or nothing. Man, each moment, man, just cherish every single moment. And forget procrastination. Whatever you're going to do, get it done. Like, do it. Let's do it today. Let's do something different every day, too, because like you say, you never know when it's over. And we don't plan to live life like it's going to be over tomorrow. But just know how important today is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Peace. On my days.
Thank you for listening.
You know what I mean? I ate corn on the cob.
Oh boy.
On my dark days, I chopped crack on a regular. Ran up in spots and clapped on a regular. Took big fat ass stacks from the register. No matter how hard they tried, they still couldn't measure the hard I had.